Yo, guys, vibes from the 6. You already know what it is. We're doing our thing. Today is not the Premier League predictions, but today is the reactions to everything that's been going on in the Premier League and in the League Cup, right? As you guys already know, Liverpool have come out champions after a Kepa Balaga miss. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this miss was not only a miss, he put it into space. Look at this. Like, he put it into space. But yeah, before we go any further, let's go to Hussam. Hussam, how you feeling, bro? Winning Klopp's first domestic cup competition in his tenure, and Liverpool fans must be feeling very, very good. I just want to say, as a neutral, not cheering for either team. Actually, I'm lying. I was cheering for Liverpool, but not invested as much as real fans of those specific clubs. It was very entertaining 0-0. I've never seen a more entertaining 0-0. There was 30 shots. There was left, right, center, people going everywhere. You could have had penalty shouts, offside every 2 seconds. If you rewatch the highlights of the game, there's like 15 offsides. But anyways, go ahead, Hussam.
Before Hussam goes, yes, he does get my points for this week's. He does get all the points that I make this week. And I'm actually kind of annoyed because I was doing semi-well this week. I think it was almost going to be my best week so far. So, yes, before people mention it, yes, he does.
Oh my God. How much points did he get?
Hopefully I don't know. I actually don't even know how much I got, but I got a couple of scores.
Continue, Hussam.
But go on, Hussam.
You can hold that. Anyway, look.
That's what I do for believing in Lukaku, man. Fuck.
He's doing this on purpose, you know. This is like when Liverpool won the league and they couldn't celebrate. He's trying to do the same thing now. Go on, let him land.
Okay. Sorry, thank you to obviously dickhead and bigger dickhead. Anyway, when it comes to today's game, Liverpool's win, absolutely incredible.
Make sure you smash them likes, people.
It was 3. It didn't even take me a sentence. Can I have my moment? Can I have my moment, bro?
Yeah, go have your moment.
Power, blue and red. You get me? Anyway. So, look, today's win is bigger than just winning the Carabao Cup. It's about the momentum. It's about where this Carabao Cup win can take us. I believe in momentum in football. Today's win was massive. Both teams had opportunities. I'm not going to hear that any team played badly or any team was better than the other. Both teams, I think, played some good football. Obviously, there's Salah missing opportunities. There's Mane missing opportunities. Diaz missing opportunities. Jota, Virgil's header. You get me. There were chances for both teams. Obviously, with Chelsea was Mount, Pulisic, Havertz, etc. So both teams created opportunities. It just seems like the ball refused to go into the back of the net. The ball just said, no, we're not going into the back of the net today. And it just made no sense. Like, it just literally made no sense. I think our goal should have stood. Their goal should have stood as well. So I'll be honest, Matip's goal should have stood, and at the same time, Lukaku's goal should have stood. Both of them shouldn't have been cancelled. But anyway, this just shows the ineptitude of English referees, and this is why they don't go to major tournaments. Now, for me personally, this is bigger than just a Carabao Cup win. This is now about the momentum, because this win could propel us to continue digging deep in this title race, to continue fighting in the Champions League, fighting on all fronts. And for me personally, I love what happened today for multiple different reasons. Number one, there are a lot of players in our football club who have not tasted success yet, like Jota, like Minamino, like Thiago, like Tsimikas, Harvey Elliott, etc. Luis Diaz as well. All of them have now won a trophy with the football club, because the rest of them we all know, Van Dijk, Salah, blah, 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 all won stuff. So this is their first taste of success. Number two, when it comes to Kevin Kelleher as a goalkeeper, the trust that Klopp put in him. Now, if anyone comes up against us and Kelleher starts, they're not licking their lip. Yay, Kelleher starts. And also, Kelleher now has the confidence, if we ever need him for a big game, Alisson, God forbid, knock on wood, he doesn't get injured, but God forbid he gets injured. Now, you know, Kelleher is a reliable option, because today he was absolutely incredible. And the other thing is, I think City in 18-19, when they won the league, obviously over us by a point, they used that Carabao Cup really well. That Carabao Cup win, like, just gave them that 10% bit extra. And this is what we need this season, because there's still bigger fish to fry. This isn't the be-all and end-all. Congratulations. Happy, extremely happy, very happy that we won it, specifically against Chelsea, because Chelsea fans were doing too much blah, 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 blah. You know, Klopp's legacy, blah, 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 doing all this extra shit for no reason whatsoever. Now you know why Klopp's legacy is greater. So, listen, incredible win, very happy. But for me, big picture, this win matters more in terms of the big picture of what's going to happen. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And shout out to Kepa's penalty as well. Shout out to Kepa's penalty. Still traveling apparently. So
Do you know what? If we're gonna do actual conversations about the game, there's a few things I actually need to say. One, the Chelsea attack force is, it's criminal, bro. The amount of chances that they missed today, no one should be missing that many chances. I don't care what anyone says. It was criminal. The Liverpool goal, I believe I disagree with Hassam. I think it should have been disallowed because the same thing has happened to us. I think the same thing has happened to a couple of other clubs throughout the season. If your player comes in from an offside position and interferes with play or players in the play, it is an offside. It's going to be called off straight away. Lukaku's goal, on the other hand, I want to see why they called it an offside. I've seen the lines, but the lines and what I'm seeing just don't match the angles. Maybe there's an angle that we don't see that they can see from what they're saying, because it would make no sense for them to not allow that. In terms of the managers today, I think, I'll be real with you, I think they both put on a masterclass, man. I think Klopp came out weaker in the end because the substitutions that he made, in my opinion, were just not the right ones. They were winning that midfield battle. They had Chelsea on ropes. And then to bring on, Harvey Elliott, who I think held his own, who was okay, didn't put a foot wrong, in my opinion. But James Milner coming in, it gave that whole midfield to Chelsea straight away, and they started dominating from there.
Yo, AK, can we just go back to the VAR decision?
Yeah, go for it. Let's have a look at it. You see, and
do you guys think that was that was offside?
I personally, if you're asking me, I'm saying it's on. When I look at it with my eyes, it looks like Van Dijk's leg is ahead, and where they've drawn the line for Lukaku's,
I like this Egvar right here.
Where they've drawn Lukaku's thing on the hand. I don't know, man. We don't know. I'll be real. I don't know.
This is obviously quite a shock that a United fan says that the Liverpool goal shouldn't have stood and the Chelsea goal should have stood. You get me? But we move anyway. This is what happens when you're bitter.
I thought we were having an actual conversation, because if you want me to run agendas, I can
actual
come
conversation.
Okay, so I guess I misunderstood. One second, because I misunderstood. I misunderstood the mood of the room, because I thought we were having an actual conversation. If we're running agendas, let me start over again. That's not true. That's not true.
That is absolutely true.
Absolutely,
because Van Dijk didn't even touch the ball.
He did. This is where you have to understand something. You don't have to touch the ball to be involved in the play.
And he didn't interfere as well. He was just standing.
How did he not interfere when he literally grabbed the defender in a headlock? Did he not grab a defender in a headlock, Hassam?
He didn't.
What?
He restricted the Chelsea defender from
what did he do
back.
to Reece James?
He didn't interfere.
He didn't grab anyone in the headlock.
Come on, man, don't lie.
I don't think he grabbed.
It's not a good look if you're lying. But
you know what? Yeah, he didn't interfere with the play.
He did interfere with the play by grabbing the player that was supposed to be defending Hassam. Whether you like it or not, that is the fact.
Yeah. No, I'm with Hassam. I'm with Hassam. You know, I'm with Hassam. And
absolutely.
also, I'm sure Hassam's with me. It was also definitely wasn't a handball.
And the last thing I want to say.
Once again, we can pull up the tape from VAR, and there's clear evidence, Hussam, that Virgil van Dijk was to blame for the fact that interference happened for that Mane goal. As you can see,
that's what I'm saying. He was just standing there. He didn't even do anything.
Standing there, he's literally grabbing a man, Hassam.
He's holding on to him now.
Look at his arms.
You guys all watch basketball.
Look at his arms. He's not grabbing anyone. Look at his arms.
He's basically doing a pick. He's basically doing a pick in basketball.
Wait, hold up, relax, everyone. As you can see, he's holding the player there. If we were able to roll the thing on, you see the Liverpool player run, and the Chelsea player doesn't move because he's being held by Van Dijk. That's interfering in play, Hassam. So I think VAR got both right. The offside, although it's really close, I've seen decisions go that way. Us against Southampton, looked like it was on for Harry Kane. It got ruled offside. I think VAR got both.
In the comment
correct.
section.
I think.
One second. Let's ask the people in the comment section, because some of them are saying they thought it was offside. What do you call it? What is an offside nowadays? So semantics doesn't think it's offside. His hand is offside. That's what they're saying.
The hand does not count as offside. Offside is only part of the body that you can play your ball.
AK here saying, where is Virgil van Dijk holding him? Virgil van Dijk might not be holding him.
Oh my God! You are gonna make me find the footage, man.
I think he is blocking the player from getting to him. And if you're putting your hands and you're basically blocking the player, that's fine. But if you physically have one arm in front of him, it looks like he's physically blocking him. With
what? Let's take it to the panel quick. If you think it was a foul, if you think it was an offside, smash a like. And if you think it wasn't offside, smash a like.
So people putting comments in
Right.
about that, like as if we didn't see the game. You can see us still there, and people saying, "Where's he holding it?" But if you watch the game back and you watch the actual VAR thing, the Liverpool attacker is running, Matip is running and the Chelsea player can't move because Van Dijk's obstructing him. It's as simple as that. For me, like I said, I wanted Liverpool to win. You know, I thought Chelsea were going to shithouse it, and they almost did. But I wanted Liverpool to win because it's Chelsea. But yeah, I think they got both decisions right today, but VAR.
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say
both were
can I
right
just say
or
one
both were
thing?
wrong, fair. But you know, one or the other is just madness.
But one of the comments said about the inconsistencies of VAR. Ultimately, all of our take on what is interfering with play will be different because technically, if you are on the pitch, even if you're over there, one of the defenders is in their mind thinking, "Hold on a second, is this guy going to make a run?" You could go with that argument. So they need to make it clearer what is interfering with play.
I think it's directly.
I just read the rule from some guy who tweeted it out. I think he's a journalist. He said, in case you don't understand, Virgil van Dijk was offside and he was blocking Reece James in the build-up to the goal. If he was not offside, there would be no issue with him blocking the player. But the fact that he was offside while doing it when the ball was getting kicked, that is why it is counting as as not a goal. So it's the fact that he's actually offside and
then interfered with play. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all I said. I don't know why.
It's not that he's holding him. You're not actually getting a foul for the fact that he's holding him.
And again, I never said at any point it was a foul. I said it was an offside because he interfered play from an offside position. Whether they held him or put him in a headlock or he fucking RKO'd him, I couldn't care. It's the fact
let's get back though.
From an offside
the
position.
Spectacle of the game. It was a beautiful game to watch.
Do you know what I think?
Back to back.
Do you know what I think the main?
Disappears.
Do you know what I think the main mistake of the final was?
When beautiful football is mentioned, he has to disappear.
No. I think the main mistake of the game today was when they subbed off Mendy. Because for me, Mendy, one of the best keepers in the league, but people can say the world, one of the best. But he was having a great game and all that. And then you sub him off and bring Kepa into a scenario. Yep, he's done it before and saved penalties. But in that game, in a cup final game,
I agree. Let's be honest.
You'd want to keep Mendy on in that form and what he was doing.
We all knew it. The thing is, we all knew it. I'm not being funny. I was starting to think, what am I going to tweet when this guy? Because you knew it. You knew it was like. And I will say, I tweeted this. Everyone said about Pep making the wrong decision in the Champions League final and losing us a game with whichever one you want to go with. You could say the same with Tuchel.
Yep, he did make the wrong decision for me today.
Wrong decision for no reason. I mean,
what
exceptional penalties? What exceptional penalties?
The script was written. You could tell from the moment he brought him on, the moment he started doing all of this twerking on the line, trying to get into players' heads that he could never get into their heads. The fact that you're trying to get into Mo Salah and Mane's head in a penalty tells me how you know what I'm saying, how stupid you are at what you're doing in the first place. The stage was set for him, bro. And all I can say is it runs in the Spanish keeper's bloods, bro. You know what I'm saying? 11th man penalties, they can never take them.
The best.
By the way, real quick, one more thing. I need to shout out two people, man. Edward Mendy is the best goalkeeper on the planet. He is phenomenal. He is incredible. And the fact that Liverpool have Kelleher as their backup goalkeeper and they managed to get Diaz for less than 40 million, bro. Like I look at that team and I think, how do they get this shit done? The fact that you were able to get Diaz, and Alan, I blame you partly for this, but the fact that you were able to get Diaz it's directly to you, not even to Tottenham. I'm blaming you for this one. The fact that they were able to get Diaz on such a cheap price. He is such a footballer. You know, we don't see natural wingers. Oh shit. You know, we don't see natural wingers anymore. And this is the thing. We see a lot of inverted wingers. We see a lot of wingers that do things that traditional wingers don't do. He is bro. The way he goes to that byline, absolutely spins his man and then comes into the box. He's incredible, man. I loved watching him today. He was phenomenal.
Where is he?
Mo, I respect you for coming, by the way, brother.
Mojo, you were at the game. It must have been a very entertaining game, but commiserations. How are you feeling, bro?
Bro, I'm all good, man. I'm literally still traveling back, so I don't know how well you guys can hear me in it. I'm literally
we can hear you.
Just give us your take on the game. We can hear you loud and clear, bro.
I can't lie, bro. It's penalties, man. It could have gone either way, and I think it was a very good and entertaining game for any neutral to watch. And congratulations to Liverpool. And it is what it is. You know, football is a game of finishing your damn chances, and we just didn't do a good job of it, guys. As simple as that. I thought we played well, to be honest, way better than I expected us to do so. And under the compromises, and I thought we nullified a lot of Liverpool's threats really well. And with the exception of Luis Diaz, who I thought had a brilliant match against us.
Sensational.
But yeah, man. Otherwise, it was a very entertaining game, man. It's just not one of those games that you want to be necessarily a fan of either one of the clubs. You kind of want to be a neutral and enjoy the game, but when you're in the fucking stadium, it's a long day, man. But yeah, Hussam, congratulations, man. I hope you enjoyed that win, brother.
I did. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Sometimes I wish we had a more deluded Chelsea fan on the channel so we can make fun of them.
There's plenty of them.
Because he's too balanced.
Bro, a part of me is literally there to where I wanna be deluded. I wanna cuss out. I wanna say shit. But you know what, bro? I can't actually complain, man. You don't finish your chances. It ended up going to penalties. It is what it is, man. There's not a lot to talk about.
Deluded United
What
fan
about
is
this?
enough, anyway.
Just quick question. Your fan base is going mental on Pulisic and Mount. Do you blame them for this loss?
I think our finishing today was horrendous, but we had more than enough chances to at least score one goal and shithouse the thing, bro. Like, there is no way at Chelsea you get this many chances and you don't put one of them away. And there is a lot of the fans were also talking about the Lukaku goal, or the offside Lukaku goal, which apparently is controversial, and the Chalobah challenge by, and was it Keita or Keita? I don't even know how to even say his name correctly, but yeah. And that's the only two main things I've heard coming out of the stadium. But other than that, to be honest, bro, when you're under the adrenaline of watching the game, it's very different, isn't it? You're far too invested.
Yeah, that's true.
I hear you, bro. Let's get to some of the other people's takes on this. Just before anyone goes, I'm just gonna say I felt like this was the Mendy and Diaz show. Today, I felt like it was the Mendy and Diaz show. The reason why I say that was Diaz seemed like the focal point of Liverpool, and he just kept surprising everybody, like how good he was today. And Twitter went nuts, and everyone on social media went nuts. The man was doing no-look passes every 2 seconds. Like, did you guys notice?
Can I just say this? The Liverpool goalkeeper should not as well. He's a bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
Liverpool goalkeeper, what? We didn't hear that. Okay, yeah, we've lost him.
Nothing but facts.
His connection won't let him say something good about Liverpool, bro. You're like God's work.
Oh man, we got a comment here saying Egal, you was quality on the terrace before putting them Tuchel stands in their place. You know what?
You. It's funny because when you host this year, you play the role of the host, and you go on terrace on smoke. I was like, all right.
They were. This was the disrespect that they were doing, Hussam. Everyone was sitting there and they're saying before the game, they're saying this is Tuchel Klopp. The winner comes out.
Legacy, yeah.
And what happened is Klopp won, but it was a tactical game where either of them canceled each other out and it just won because of penalties. But at the same time, you can no longer put the trophies over Klopp's head and say, oh, he has the same amount of trophies. So now that you can't do that, they don't want to discuss it at all. I'm like, what do you mean?
I'll be real. Chelsea fans specifically can't say anything because their first Champions League, they won on penalties and Bayern was 100 times better than them in the game. Listen, respectfully, history don't remember who was good. History remembers who won it.
Mod.
So that's basically what happens. I'm telling you right here, right now. Chelsea Football Club, though, the reason why their fan base specifically saying this shit is weird, because Chelsea Football Club are known for shit-housing trophies. Yep. They shit-housed league titles, never mind League Cup and FA Cup. So, like, for them, even now when you ask them, do they give a fuck that they shit-housed the 2012 Champions League final? No, they don't give a shit. Why? Because they won it. But anyone who watched that game, I watched that game. Bayern Munich were miles ahead of Chelsea. Now 10 years later, it's 2022. Does anyone say Bayern Munich played well? No one says that shit, bro. Chelsea won the Champions League. That's what people remember. So now, obviously, it's now because the game is fresh. Give it a week. People will be just like Liverpool Carabao Cup champions done. No one gives a shit about performances. There are so many finals who have been won on penalties. It's not the first final in history that's been won on penalties. AK here's a United fan. 2008 Champions League final against Chelsea. He won in penalties. You think he gives a fuck? He don't give a shit. No one gives a shit.
Listen,
bro.
All that matters in finals is that you get.
Is lifting it.
You can get it however you want, bro. You could go and you can score a goal and then fucking park the bus for 90 minutes. If you get that trophy at the end of the game, it was worth it.
What's a trophy at the end of the cup final? I don't know.
No. Alan, sorry.
I
was going to come for you then I realised you did it yourself. So.
You know what it is? I want to big up the Chelsea defenders as well, because I think Rudiger today looked phenomenal as well. Thiago Silva, bro, you know what it is?
Yeah,
if you can appreciate the art of defenders, yeah. And I'm gonna put my agenda aside for a second, because normally I'd never say this, but if you can appreciate the art of defenders, when you watch people like Van Dijk defend, when you watch people like Thiago Silva defend, you I know it's mad, Hassam, I know, but when you watch people like Van Dijk and Thiago defend, you understand that there is levels to it. Defending is not just about getting your head on the ball. Defending isn't just about slide tackling.
It's about positioning,
the IQ, the brains that these two have, especially when I watch them two. The brains that they have when they defend is incredible. You'll see Van Dijk when he's got two men around him, and the way he positions himself. And it's I'll be real with you, it's incredible. And we don't have a lot of defenders like that.
Who hacked them?
Sorry, a prime example of the opposite is the Keane thing yesterday for Everton.
Perfect.
That type of mistake, Van Dijk, Thiago Silva, Diaz, to be fair, they don't make those type of mistakes. 100%. Like,
there's levels to it, and
I like how you like to include Diaz.
Watching those two play.
Should I not?
We have to talk about this comment. Van Dijk's penalty. Yeah. He has balls of steel. Man took the same side where
I wanted to talk about this earlier. You know what it is, Kepa? You know why when AK spoke, he was actually spitting facts. There are certain players you don't try to do mind game with. You don't.
Who are you trying to fuck with, bro? Like,
bro, imagine. Okay,
was that Matip that chipped away? Who was it that chipped him? Festival.
That was Fabinho.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I wanted Chelsea to win, but I applauded Fabinho, because you see when you disrespect shithousery, I love it, man.
You know why Van Dijk's one was even a bigger shithousery, man. AK said something that's fact. There's certain players who just don't do mind games. If United come to Anfield, they get a penalty. I don't want anyone to try to do mind games with Ronaldo. Like, bro,
you know what?
It's fucking pointless.
This one in the World Cup.
Van Dijk is actually an asshole. I'm gonna tell you why. He was like Kepa. You know what it is? Kepa thought like Van Dijk is not a good footballer or whatever, so he left like half the other side empty. Van Dijk was like, "Oh, really?" And then he just smashed it in his own side.
You know what?
Kepa was like
it was the same in the World Cup. In the World Cup, if you watch,
did you see the way he looked at him?
Go and watch Rashford's penalty in the World Cup here in the final, right? He runs up and then he stops, right? And you just see Donnarumma stood there looking at him like, am I some dickhead, bruv? Like, and then I straight away go, oh, fuck, this is long. And straight away, because you can't do it against people like that, man.
If you look at that Van Dijk penalty, do me a favor, when you watch the game, just look at Kepa's face after, bro. He looks like he just seen a ghost. The man is still holding his hands up, just looking at thinking, what the fuck just happened, bro? The ball went past him before he could blink.
AK, you have a question for you. People in the chat, submit questions to the panel.
And smash the like button. There's 66
of course,
smash the like
button. Of course, smash that like button. So the question is about Mason Mount. What do you think about Mason Mount breaking it?
AK should take this. I'll be real.
Let me set up for this one. Listen, in football, especially in English football, we tend to overhype English talent, right? And then there's Mason Mount. So there's overhyping English talent, and that's the likes of, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to anyone. No disrespect to anyone.
Saka, Foden.
Don't get and don't get onto me if I say your players.
If you say my right back's name,
no. He's world class. I don't have anything bad to say about him. But then you have the likes of some United youngsters that were coming up. Marcus Rashford. Listen, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden. These are very, very good players at one point.
No,
but English fans take them to levels that they should never be at.
Yeah,
that's one thing. And then you have Mason Mount on another in his own little table over here, bro. The man is a championship footballer. He will never, ever. The man is a Daps. Let me land this, bro.
Sorry,
the man is a championship footballer, bro. He's a skinhead EDL member who has no idea how to fucking play the game of football, bro. The man has zero creative bone in his body. All he can do is run. And because he puts in effort on the pitch, people seem to fucking love him and praise him 24/7. The fact that he was in conversations with certain youngsters is a disgrace, bro. Because I've been saying this, Hassam, you've known me for a while. I've been saying this for the longest. The guy is just fucking shit, bro. I don't understand where the hype comes from. And again, just to break one more thing down to you, look, he's been to Wembley 5 times. Okay, let's break down his Wembley performances. He's been to Wembley 5 times. The first one was against Aston Villa in the fucking the Championship playoffs. What did he do? Fuck all. Got his team back into the Championship, and he came home. The second game was against who was it against? Was it Arsenal? In what did he do? Absolute fuck all. The third game was against Manchester City. Was it? No, I keep fucking around.
Yeah, don't talk about his performances against us.
The third game was against Leicester. The third game was against Leicester, where he personally made people think Yuri Tielemans was an incredible player. His fourth game was against Italy at the fucking Euros final, where he got yanked off because he was dog shit after 60-something minutes, bro. And today he dare step onto the pitch of Wembley and drop another fucking stinker and expect people to not talk about him. This man is just garbage, bro. Chelsea fans need to realize you have the likes of fucking what's the kid at Crystal Palace's name? I keep forgetting his name.
Conor Gallagher.
You have the likes of Conor Gallagher, who is an actual footballer, who's on loan at Crystal Palace, but then you want to bring Mason Mount to the table and hype him up. I understand you haven't had anyone to bring to this Starboy conversation for a while, but this is not the man you want to back in this conversation because he's just shit, bro. And Chelsea Football Club as well. It's not just him. Chelsea, let's have a look at their recent Wembley runs, bro. It's so convenient because the last 5 times they've been to Wembley, the only team they've beat is fucking Man United, bro.
Put it on a ball. Put it on a ball. Leave me with the next man. The LeBron James of soccer. Let's talk about the LeBron James of
That's
soccer.
your people, Liga. That's your people.
Let's talk about the LeBron James of soccer. These guys, I don't get me wrong. Everyone gasses their players. But this is actually like ridiculous levels. Pulisic, call it as it is. Arsenal fans, we admit it. Pepe has been a flop. Just consider Pulisic at this point a flop. The man can't stay fit, and when he is fit, he's not performing. Just call it as it is. At this point, you have to call it as it is. Chelsea fans do not want to admit that Pulisic has not been performing. They don't want to admit that Kai Havertz has not been performing, even though he has been clutch for them in big games. They don't want to. They admit that Lukaku's a flop at this point, and some of them want to get rid of him. But you want to know something? Even though Lukaku's a flop, he's the one guy who performed out of all of them in this game for the attackers.
No.
Even though the goal didn't count, even though the goal didn't count, he was the most effective.
Slow down.
No. Let me.
He was in slow motion trying to get back.
Let me get my thing. Let me get my point across. Even though Kai Havertz and all these guys were there and their goals were all offside, the only people who actually were effective were Kai Havertz and Lukaku. When it comes to Pulisic, when it comes to Ziyech, when it comes to Timo Werner,
Lukaku is the reason AK gets no points this week. There is no such thing as this whole thing, bro.
Hissam, shall I let you in on a secret, Hissam? Yeah. See when that ball right at the end of the game, yeah, when that ball came across the face of goal, and I saw Lukaku get his foot on it, yeah. You see that split second there when just before Keller has stuck his foot out and stopped it. Brother, I was already cheering. If you seen me in that split second, I thought it was in. And then I see Keller has stuck his foot out, and I was like, yeah, this is not going to happen, man.
What about Werner jumping about 5 seconds too early as well?
You know what it is? That I've never seen a player. I've never seen in my life a player so fast get caught offside so much. It makes no sense. Yeah. You're fast. Can you time your run? You're actually a quick football player. Why are you always ahead of the other guy? Unnecessary.
But you know what? I wish Mojo was here tonight because I actually had a serious question for him. Because Chelsea at Wembley just doesn't seem to work. Like let's be real for 1 second. Yeah, they went to Wembley against Arsenal. They've bottled it. They went to Wembley against who did they go against?
City.
They went
City.
against City. They bottled it. Against Leicester, they bottled it. Against Chelsea.
When
against
did they
Liverpool
play City at Wembley? I don't remember.
The Kepa,
Carabao Cup.
when Kepa refused
to come off the pitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was penalties as well.
And then against Liverpool today, they bottled it. The only time they have won at fucking Wembley in the last 5 outings, and it's so embarrassing. But it's against Man United.
No, I don't think they have against City. Actually, don't think they have against City. My bad.
AK, when did they beat Man United?
It was in what year?
I think it was the
semi-final. Was it the semi-final when they beat us at Wembley?
No, wasn't it the final?
But it wasn't a final though.
No, they won a final against you.
No, they didn't.
I'm gonna have to go back and check.
Antonio Conte, they won a final.
They did beat us under Antonio Conte at the final.
Oh yeah. Conte versus Mourinho, no?
But this is the thing though. So they go to Wembley, and the only time they've won in the last 5
Alan, that could be you.
Is against Manchester United. When are we? Why are they going to Wembley? What is the point of them playing all of these games, going to Wembley only for Mason Mount to drop stinkers. It actually doesn't make sense anymore,
Oh
bro.
my god, these guys.
You know what? The only thing, my
One second,
best.
guys.
Go on.
It was a 50-50 game. Calm down, ignore the Chelsea fans. You're right. It was a 50-50 game.
Yeah.
But when you look at the opportunities missed, Mendy was stupendous to stop those goals. Chelsea on the other hand, they caused themselves the problem. Liverpool couldn't have done anything better to try to score those goals, except for Mane putting it in the top instead of putting it on the ground. But guys, Mendy was a superhuman. Where for Liverpool, did Kelleher really need to be superhuman, or was it more Chelsea messing up?
No, Chelsea just didn't take their chances.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But I think Kelleher was very impressive today. I'll be honest.
I think Liverpool played risky. I think Liverpool played risky today. You know, that high line at point, it was looking like, any of these chances could go through. There could be an onside at any point. But you see, when you have such a coordinated backline, it's not even a worry. You see when you see the ball go over the top, and you see Van Dijk not running back to chase it, because he already knows this line is so secure. If anyone's behind us, it's offside. Like, there's no way man are getting in behind us and they're onside. So he was just standing there thinking, he's there for off. Let him go miss or score. But the
remember when we had this specific argument, and I told you guys a lot of times people overthink this whole chances against Liverpool thing. We know it's offside. Like the high line is implemented at a perfection almost level. There's a reason why most.
No, it is almost
the thing
perfection,
is, City do it as well. But you know the difference. I'll tell you the difference. From the start of the season till now, opponents times you caught your opponent offside. Liverpool 120, and in second place City 60. So almost double Man City, who do it often as well. So it is. That's why when Fabinho, I don't know if you guys saw the interview post Burnley, when Fabinho was like, they had chances, one or two, because we know that we're actually doing the offside trap at our advantage. And this is why when people say highline this, we can't win with highline, you can't win with highline. Bro, have you not been watching Liverpool? We've been winning with highline. We beat Barca highline. We beat Spurs highline. We've been playing this highline thing. That the point of Alan, the point of the whole highline thing is a very simple idea of football. You box in your opponents in their own half. That's literally the whole idea of it. So if you box in your opponents in their own half, for them it's going to be difficult to come out because they're going to be offside. And you just shove them into their own half and try to score. So today, when Lukaku scored and he was offside, or when Havertz scored, I didn't flinch. I didn't go ooh, because I knew they were going to be offside.
But that Lukaku one worried you, though. The one where
listen,
that one. I was watching your stream, Hassam. You took a deep breath on that one. Went in.
English referees are so inept.
You can never trust.
I think refereeing is perfect this weekend.
I bet money.
I bet
far from it.
We're gonna get on to you. Don't think we didn't forget about Rodri.
Right. Let me say this. Let me say one thing, Egan. One last thing. AK, I bet you money they cancelled the first goal just because they cancelled the first one. They cancelled the second one just because they cancelled the first one.
Because they didn't want to. I wouldn't even put it past
sometimes.
them.
I genuinely believe it in my heart. That's how
inept these referees are. Shall I tell you how I know? Shall I tell you how I know?
Let's cancel them.
Shall I tell you how I know this? Shall I tell you how I know this has some truth to it? 1 second, Galia. 2 seconds. It was against West Ham when we came back from COVID. Remember that penalty where we got where it was it Mings or someone who stuck his foot out and Bruno stood on him, and then we got a penalty. I think it was against West Ham.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Early on in that game, we had a penalty disallowed, which was an actual penalty, and the referee had a lot of pressure on him. And then that one happened, and you're thinking, well, that's not a penalty. If the first one wasn't a penalty, that one's definitely not. And I'm telling you, he only gave it because they didn't give the first one, and there was
they didn't give the first one. Yeah,
and he had to give it.
Quick round.
And this is why, come World Cup 2022, you will see no English referees. And
man of the match for me was Mendy, and people in the comment section are saying Mendy was stupendous. Was he the man of the match for everyone? In my opinion, he was the man of the match. For you, Diaz?
I'm giving.
No, my man of the match is the actual guy who won the man of the match, Virgil van Dijk.
Okay.
No, to be fair, I think Mendy's a good shout for it.
Van Dijk.
I think taking him off for the penalty.
There were 4 good players this whole game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alan.
Go on, Alan.
Taking him off what?
I said taking Mendy off probably cost him the final. Taking him off. I don't know why I done it, because Kepa, for me, didn't he do this last time and he ended up costing him in the penalty shootout as well when he went off?
He
Well,
tried
he
to be
wouldn't
too
come off
smart.
against.
He wouldn't
Villa.
come. This is the
come
mad
off.
thing. He was being pulled off because they knew they were facing a penalty shootout. Right?
And they had Caballero warming up. Yeah.
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 And now this time they want to put him on. It's all mad. It's all mad.
Yeah.
Because he
Senegal
won the
versus
penalty
Egypt
shootout for them.
as well. Remember in the AFCON when Mendy saved the
And that's
3
why I
penalties
was
from Egypt.
shocked. That's why I was
Yeah.
shocked because I was thinking,
Yeah.
surely after Mendy coming off that penalty shootout, going into the next one, he's gonna have a level of confidence going into it. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have backed him all the way personally. And the 2 penalties that I think were savable if the keeper didn't have a bottle on him was
Burners.
Do you know the thing I
Burners.
don't get as well?
I wanna
No,
ask
I'm saying from a Chelsea perspective,
Yeah.
it was the Konate one that was a very savable penalty.
Ooh,
And
Yeah.
very
I
saved.
think it was a very and also the Virgil van Dijk one, bro. You're standing on the side where he's shooting the ball. How are you letting it get
No,
through?
but that was blatant
Do you-
disrespect.
Wait, do you
That
know
was
what I
blatant
don't understand about that? Mendy
He
is your number one.
disrespected
He's
Kepa's manhood
wait,
in that
wait,
shot.
wait,
That
wait.
video.
Mendy is your number one. He's had a phenomenal final. He's pulled off some really good saves, kept them in it, and then you sub him for a penalty shootout.
He's
What does
wrong.
that say to him?
It says you don't
Point.
trust him for penalties.
You
Yeah.
cannot be the best goalkeeper on earth. Bro, I watched the Senegal-Egypt game. I watched it. In the final, he was immense against Egypt. Mo Salah, there was one opportunity for Egypt the whole game. Mo Salah shot saved by Mendy. He then goes into the penalty shootout and he saves 3 pens, if I'm not mistaken, from
Yep,
Egypt.
yep.
So it's not like he can't save penalties. He can save
Yeah.
penalties.
Mo
So I
is
think,
a hologram, hold that.
look, I'll be honest, just to give Tuchel, even though the problem is with me, I'm an honorable man. I'm not obnoxious like London Blue fans, but anyway, just to give Tuchel a bit of like respect.
Sorry.
Why
I
is this
think
brother lying?
this is all being spoken in
Yo,
hindsight.
yo.
Why are you blatantly lying on this platform, bro? Why are you lying like this?
Because you know for a fact. Listen, if I get a
Yo,
few
yo.
Chelsea fans in
Mo,
here, Mojo,
There's a big question for you. Lukaku starts this game. Bury
he
bury
doesn't.
those chances?
No.
Bro,
I
you
think
know
he
the
does.
thing is, the thing is,
AK,
guys,
he never learned.
people can look into the intricacies of the
There's
game
a
and
reason
start
you're
saying,
laughing,
if
man.
this happened, then this could have happened. But let's be frankly honest, guys. I thought based on what we did today, we had enough chances and enough moments in that game to actually win it. So this thing where, even people are going as far as to talk about, Mendes should have stayed on the pitch. Guys, you have to understand, we've had Mendy in other penalty situations and he's not really shown himself in a good light. So people would have even questioned Mendy if we had lost on penalties again and said, why did you not bring Kepa on? It made more sense to do that. So
That's what I was about to say, Mojo. I was gonna
It's
say,
just a
just
lot of
out of
lies,
respect
bro.
for Tuchel, I would say we're all speaking in hindsight right now. Because if Kepa didn't come on, we would have said, why didn't Kepa come on? Let's be honest. So.
Exactly, bro. That's
I
why
don't
I'm not
think
buying
Kepa's a
into
good
it, man.
keeper. I honestly don't think Kepa's a good keeper. And to that question, the only thing Lukaku's bearing at Chelsea is his career.
I mean, he doesn't say much, but when he does,
Yeah,
he
it's
lands.
true.
That hurt me, and I don't like
I
it.
wasn't ready for that one.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
Sorry, can I
before
just
we
say
start,
my best? Can I just say my best moment of the game?
Alan,
right, was
it's
when
good to have you back, brother.
let Dab say
Thank you very
his
much,
piece.
man. I appreciate it.
my best moment of the game was when Havertz and Trent were head to head, yeah, and Harvey Elliott came flying over, right, just on smoke, right, getting involved, don't
Yeah,
even know
madness.
why, until
Rudiger.
Rudiger came over, yeah, right, and then Milner tried to dad Harvey Elliott, like, come on, get the fuck out of here, and then didn't realise that it was Rudiger, and then realised it was Rudiger, and it was just like. Rudiger was even like going for Alonso at one point. He was just on the madness. I thought, or Milner was, when a dad gets involved for their son and then realizes that the dad of the other son, is a lot bigger than them. That is like Milner was like, oh, for fuck's
But you know
sake,
what's
Harvey,
mad
what
about
you
that
done?
whole exchange, yeah? Look at the moment Virgil van Dijk rocked up, bro. As soon as Rudiger turned around to try and pressure Milner, Van Dijk came from behind him and grabbed him by the shoulder, kind of just to push him away from the area. Rudiger didn't say nada, bro. He just kept it stepping.
for real?
I was thinking, he
Yeah.
didn't say nothing. He just kept it stepping.
Do you know what
There's
Harvey
levels,
Elliott
I
reminded me
guess.
of in that
There's levels.
situation? Sticking his nose into things like that, the shorter one and all that. You remember at school when you had all your friends around and that person would only get involved when a
Yeah,
friend
when
showed up?
everyone's
That's
there.
what Harvey
Yeah,
Elliott was
yeah,
like. Yeah,
Yeah,
my friends
guys.
are here. That's exactly
Yeah,
what he reminded me of.
honestly, we could spend the whole video talking about this, but we have to move on to Tottenham beating Spurs. I mean, Tottenham beating Leeds. And
No,
Bielsa
that's not
getting
what we're
sacked.
going to move to, Igal.
No, you got to go to something. Leave that for
There's
later.
another main meal you're forgetting, Igal. Who's next to you on the screen?
There's Manchester United we could talk about, but
Let's
since
eat,
we're
man.
talking,
Let's eat.
United
Let's eat.
against Watford.
Let's
One
eat, man.
second.
Let's go.
1 second. before we do that, since we're talking about refereeing decisions,
Put
just
your
get
put your body down. I dare you.
let's
I
get
dare
this
you.
out of the way.
Right,
We're now going to
trying
talk
to
about
throw me out,
Manchester
bro.
City.
Wallahi, your
Yeah,
hairline
go on,
is
ask me.
immense.
Guys,
Wallahi.
Ask me.
guys,
Let the
Ask me
people
we're
hear
now
you.
going to talk about
Bro,
Manchester
my
City
haircut is shit, man.
and this catastrophe.
Yeah, fact.
What happened here? How is this?
Here we go.
So I'm going to start this off, and I tweeted out when it happened, how is that not a penalty? I then see back that they've said about the offside beforehand, and it looks close.
On the
So
jump off, I'll be back.
That's
They're
the only
saying
thing
about
I'm
the offside
hearing.
in the build-up
Yeah, that's
to
the
it.
only thing I'm hearing. I
So-
mean, that's what I heard, but that
But
is
I
the
haven't
only
seen
thing
no
I'm hearing.
lines.
That's the
I haven't
handball.
seen. Yeah, I haven't seen. That is definitely handball. I haven't seen
Yeah.
no lines and how they put that. But if it's not offside, that is a blatant handball all day long. Look at Sam.
Sorry,
The
can I just say,
offside
have they? Hold on.
happened after the handball, not
No,
before.
no. There's one before. There's one before.
There was
as
one
well.
before in the
There was
build-up.
one
The
before.
slide
It
bit.
was Sam.
I found
Sam, there
it.
was. Sam,
I
there was.
found it. I found it.
There was
Yeah,
one
I
before.
saw it. That's
Okay,
Now
Sam,
people think
with
there's something wrong
Sam,
with my
with
hair,
Sam,
man.
there was, bro.
Yeah,
There's
that
one
was
before.
in the build-up to
obsessed.
it.
That's
I
the
am
offside in the build-up.
obsessed with Manchester City. He was not offside.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You don't care about us, bro.
Listen, in the league, I hate you. You understand? In the league.
Oh, right.
Overall
okay, got you.
picture, daps. You know for a fact you're not my rival. In the
Yeah.
league, though, I hate you. Because yesterday, let me just say this. Michael Keane's mom should have. This is YouTube, you get me? But anyway, Michael Keane is the biggest prick I have seen
Don't
my
do it.
whole life.
Don't do it.
Your team, AK, 1 second, let me unleash on that prick. Let me just say, see that bastard. Your team been defending like lions for 84 minutes. And then you fluff a clearance like a pussy. This is why United didn't keep you, because you're a reject. You went to reject FC. You're shit. City did. Oh, listen, I'm honest. You want honest answer? City 100% deserved to win that game. Everton offered fuck all except the Richarlison miss. City 100% deserved to win that game. However, that was a handball. I'll be real. So
It was.
City deserved.
Someone's saying that they've confirmed it wasn't the offside. So if it wasn't the offside, it was a handball. It's
The
simple
thing
as
is,
that.
the thing is, yeah.
and this is the
I'm not here
incompetence of the
to.
English ref.
I'm not here to defend VAR. That's not my job. But
But do
I'm
you
here
want me to
to.
pull the image up again?
I wanna provide. Yeah, please put the handball one up, because I seen something on Twitter that was brought up, and I actually want to have a conversation with you lot about it. So here's the thing, yeah. That still image, people are saying, is not from the moment of contact. It is the fact that the ball, after contact with, and I'm not saying it hit his. It wasn't a handball. Listen to what I'm saying before I finish. Anyways, the handball line this season is drawn from where the shirt stops, right?
Yeah.
That is where the official handball line is. So the argument that is being made by VAR is that they don't have conclusive evidence that the ball hit under that line of handball. And they're saying because the on-field decision was made to be was not an handball, they can't then reverse it because they don't have an angle that shows the ball hitting below that shirt line. Now, when we look at those images, we can clearly see where the ball is hitting, right? We all have eyes. So my question to you guys now is, VAR, do they have to go, like, do they sit there and not have eyes and see where the ball hit, or do they just have to go by a specific set of rules that they have to follow? Is there no eye test involved in it whatsoever?
Let me just say this. This is where the arm is, and this is the red part is where the handball is. So you tell me from what you just seen, by the letter of that law, is this a handball?
Now,
Listen, I just voted it was a penalty in it. So
and this is the thing, though. What I'm asking is, do they not use their eyes, or is there something we don't know about VAR?
So with VAR, what I know about VAR is basically the people that review, people that are looking behind the scenes at everything, any big decision. What they do is if they believe that there is a mistake made by the ref, that's when they will tell them to go to VAR. So looking at that picture, whoever's looking at the VAR has believed that the referee has not made a mistake and therefore not told them to go to the screen. For me, seeing those pictures, I would say it's inconclusive to me. Do you want to double check the ref and then give the ref the option?
But apparently they're not allowed to do that, though.
But I think they should. Because the referee because obviously in the snap, I think when they showed it back on the TV, he was looking through an Everton player to look at that incident. So he didn't get the clearest look at it. If he gets a second chance, he might be like, I made a mistake, penalty. But see, they never get a chance to do that.
This is how I believe the conversation went, something like this, along the lines of VAR saying, him saying to VAR, review it. VAR sitting there and saying, what did you see? Because they're not allowed to tell him what was happening until he tells them what he saw.
If they ask him,
what did you see? and he says, I saw the ball hit the top of his hand, and they can now not see conclusive evidence to prove otherwise. They can't tell him, oh, you're wrong, go to the screen. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to defend them, but I'm saying there's something wrong with the rules that needs to be changed, because you're now putting the referees in a position where if they don't see something, you're not giving them enough evidence or enough of a chance to go and fix what they saw. Because I'm sure, I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure if they told the referee, listen, you might not have got it 100% right. Do you want to go recheck that? He would have 100% given it, because anyone with an eye can see that it was a handball.
But AK, here's my thing. I just want to say one thing on VAR. Here's the problem. VAR as a system, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the people running it. The thing is, here's the thing. You're giving the same incompetent refs on the pitch are the same people that are looking at the screens and trying to make a decision. They're incompetent on the football pitch. How are they supposed to be competent when they're looking at the screen and trying to see what's a foul and what isn't? This is the problem. Everyone here, we all drive. Okay, if you give us a Ferrari and we drive it, we can drive it. Or if you give someone who doesn't have a license a Ferrari, the fault if he makes an accident, it's not the Ferrari's fault, it's his fault, because he cannot drive. The problem is when you look at the entire situation, the same refs that make the mistakes on the pitch are the same refs looking at the screen trying to tell us what's a foul and what isn't. So the same incompetent people are making the incompetent decisions behind closed doors in a bus with Oreo crumbles falling on their hairy chests. That's basically what they're doing.
Do you know what I think?
The same idiotic people are making the decisions. In my opinion, it needs to be like someone else needs to be running this VAR shit, or they need to train the refs properly. Ask yourself this. This is the third major competition in a row where there is no English referee. Is it a coincidence? No, it isn't. Because they're fucking shit. I've seen Italian refs, Spanish refs, German refs, all referee games properly, like actual referee, bro. And they don't take forever to make decisions, and they know what's handball, what isn't. It's simple. It's simple. In the Champions League, when we play, or when AK, when Daps, whoever, even previously when Alan and Igal, when Igal was there was no VR. But when Alan played in it, the decision was straight up, immediately. Oh, okay. This, go check monitor, VAR decision, boom, penalty, boom, nothing reversed, and that's it, move on. But you know what I noticed? Every time they go to the monitor, they have to reverse it.
Sorry, carry on.
Every time they go to the monitor, they have to reverse the call. Has a referee
I've noticed
ever in the Prem went to a monitor and stuck with his own call?
I think maybe once or twice in the whole time.
That's not happened once, AK.
I doubt in this country. If it was, it would have been a different country.
Do you know what I believe needs to be the next part of the evolution of VAR? Is only for when you have the decision to make between the VAR and that. In rugby, you can hear clear communication between the referee and the people reviewing it on what they're looking at. And I think the reason why you need to do that is because as fans, we still don't know whether it was to do with an offside beforehand, why they didn't give the handball, or whether they didn't see that. And it's a bit unclear. I think they need to have a clear conversation between the ref and that. What did you see? This is what we see. Do you want to check it? And that way you get to clear up any people in the dark who don't know.
I've been saying for the longest, if you mic up these incompetent fucks, they will pattern up, because now they can do whatever they want and walk out of that, and not one person can go, not one press person can even go and question them. They don't do post-match interviews, and they have a whole fucking PGMOL protecting whatever decision they make.
You're wrong.
No, listen. If you mic them up, you're wrong on the conversation. You're wrong on the conversation. If you mic them up, listen, Hassam, if you mic them up, not just during games, I'm saying everything and anything that happens through a referee, if we had access to that, I am 100% sure, because of accountability, the amount of stupid decisions they are doing would 100% go down, because they'll be double thinking everything that they do, because they know it will be out there for everyone to see. At the moment, we don't know.
You right there quickly, AK.
Go on, bro.
Is there something about referees where they bottle it when it comes to making decisions that can affect the title race? Because when it came to Man City,
they bottled all decisions.
Against Arsenal, I seen terrible decisions. When it comes to Man City, they got given a penalty against Newcastle for even worse handball. That was actually like near the guy's shoulder.
Igal, can we actually give this Arsenal thing a rest with the referees?
I'm not talking about Arsenal.
Yesterday, Ben White kicked the player.
I'm giving you examples.
Thank you, Sam. You said what I was about to say there.
Anyway, here's the thing.
Why make no noise about that?
100%. Mojo, refs are incompetent. Full
Where's
stop.
where's the graphs in that one
Premier
go?
League refs
Where's the
are
graphs in the white
bottom
one?
barrel. If we go to the Jordanian league, there's better referees. I've just fully had enough. They're just idiotic. You know how the conversation, AK is trying to debunk the conversation. You know how the conversation went? Is it handball? Nah, probably wasn't. Okay, go on then. That's literally how that's
No,
literally
but
how the conversation
Wissam,
went. There's literally a conversation. One sec. There was a conversation leaked, Igal, and you could tell. You know, we heard it with our own ears. At Anfield, Tottenham Hotspur, the referee goes to the assistant. He's like, "Is it a penalty?" And the assistant says, "No, I didn't see it." He says, "I didn't see it." And he says, "I'm just getting a bit." Treat penalty. I swear to God. I swear
Yep,
I am not lying.
that.
I
I
wish I am
remember
lying.
that shit. Yep.
This is the level of refs we're talking about. So I'm not going to blame technology. I'm going to blame the dickheads running it. Also, by the way, let me just speak to the audience. This to me here, people. You're rude. You get me? 120 people in here and only 59 likes. Can you smash? There is one reason the like button exists, so you can smash it. Right now, like the video and subscribe to the channel this very second. The like button is free, bro. No one trying to ask you to pay shit. Just like the video
Who's
right
bagging
now.
on something like that?
Is
Who's banging
Dabs,
those wrong?
Dabs, jump in. This is your team. We're talking about your team's overall performance, and the refereeing decisions have taken over. So just tell me about Phil Foden's goal. What do you think about the game itself? And did you think this was a game where you could have dropped points?
I said before the game, I thought it was a game we could have dropped points. Once again, we looked poor in front of goal. To be frank with you, we didn't. Possession was great. I mean, to be fair, Everton were better than they have been recently. John Stones, good performance at right back again. Good performance at right back.
Are you starting to get worried about these mixed performances? Be honest.
Am I starting to get worried? I started to get worried weeks ago. To be fair, look at the moment, Foden, Sterling, Grealish isn't even getting on. So Foden, Sterling aren't cooking.
Grealish.
Mahrez was on the bench. Mahrez should have been probably starting. For whatever reason, he wasn't. I was worried. Fucking hell, what was it? 82nd minute goal?
Yeah, something mad.
Come on.
But
Liverpool,
Liverpool,
team, let's be real.
we were the better team. Agreed. But we can be a lot better team and still be inconsistent in front of goal. So when we're just a better team, it's like, and we get less chances. It's just.
Let me ask you this: Did Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva play together that game?
Yeah.
I don't know who said this.
Someone
said this to me. Someone said this to me the other day. They feel like you guys were playing better when one of them were not playing. When one of them were playing and not both of them together.
Nah.
Do you agree with that?
No. They're going back to last season. Yes, this season, no.
Yeah.
This season, no. If you look at like the Chelsea performances, the Man
I would
United
disagree regardless.
the Liverpool last season, it was true. Last season, it was true. This season,
But
it's
both are
definitely not
fantastic,
true.
though.
Yeah,
both
but
are very good.
Look, agreed. But when De Bruyne got injured last season, City came alive. Gundogan came alive. Right, this season completely different. Our best performances have been with Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne. I can tell you the whole team. Our best performances, very obvious.
And Bernardo has improved a lot.
While you're speaking, Sam, I'm gonna ask the comment section. Give us some questions about the Man City game because honestly, I'm blanking. I don't really know what else to talk about with the Man City game. But you guys might have some questions.
I have a question for Hissam actually. Hissam, are we adding Keane to the list of Mings and Maguire yet, or is he still safe?
Who Grealish? He hasn't played enough to be in that.
No, not Grealish. Not Grealish. No. I'm being like that was ultimate bottle moments.
Michael
Especially
Keane.
there's only a few defenders that do this when your team is holding out and you make the mistakes that cost them. And Tyrone Mings is known to do that. Harry Maguire is known to do that. And Keane is developing that gene as well. So are we gonna add him?
I'll be real with you, AK. I think look, all jokes aside, Michael Keane just epitomizes what Everton are right now. He's just a reject. Honestly speaking, would Michael Keane, just think of it this way. If Michael Keane's name was Francois, I don't know what, and he was French, how quickly would he playing for FC Metz right now? Or Lorient or Nantes or whatever the fuck they're called. Like he would be playing right now over there. However, as much as I hear you, I would rather, AK King of Spaces play in my defense than Tyrone Mings. 100%.
I'm a good centre back, Hissam.
I have a question for Hissam. I think it's quite a good one. So Hissam,
the
what would you rather take? You win in the league and Everton getting relegated and no more trophies, or Liverpool doing a quadruple? What would you rather take?
Of course, Liverpool winning the quadruple. Are you mad?
So if you win a quadruple, that means Everton stay up. But if you had the chance and
No
you
problem.
win the title and Everton get
Win the
relegated, you would take that.
quadruple.
Okay, fair enough.
Quadruple? Are you mad?
Fair enough.
Brother, if you told me United win a quadruple right now and Arsenal win the World Cup, I'll take it, bro.
Same. Quadruple, Alan.
I'd say quadruple because I'm thirsty for trophies. But if I had the chance to not win if I had the option of relegating Arsenal and winning the league, I would take that. I'd get rid of them. I'd get rid of them shitheads down there.
When people
Alan,
ask me,
that's the
when
difference
people ask
between
me,
mentalities. I'll be real. You hate them more than you love you. I love me more than I hate them.
Remember when Tottenham was in the Champions League final and we were in the Europa League final? People were saying, would you rather lose the Europa League
What happened
final?
in that Europa League final?
No. Would you rather lose that Europa League final if it meant Tottenham also lost their final? And I said yes.
But then you wouldn't say, hold on,
because the Champions League is so much more prestigious.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you'd have said, oh no, I'll cheer for us to win, that means you'd have to cheer for us to win the Champions League after you won. So that'd be weird. So of course you're going to want to lose and watch us lose rather than you win and then we win.
No, but if you win and we win, we'd face each other in the Super Cup, and you know what's going to happen there. North and
does it matter, Gal, if they roll up with the Champions League and Europe with the Europa League? Does it matter who wins the Super Cup?
You'll be like, we finally won a European trophy. We'll be like, yeah, we've already got two of them, and now we've got this.
They won either way.
Igal, by the way, you have us to thank because you wouldn't have been able to walk the streets of London. Anyway, just on the city thing.
Mojo's here on camera now, I think. Okay.
Big up Mojo.
Oh.
Just let me just say this on the city thing.
So my camera is not working, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Do you know why it's not working? All them tears you've been crying. That's why.
All right, let's now move on to Alan. Alan, you guys got Marcelo Bielsa sacked. Also, Ben Kincourt got injured, and now it looks like he might be out for a little bit. And Kulusevski did good.
What did you call him again?
Bentancur.
Bentancur, yeah, Bentancur. There's an N in
I
there.
misheard, son. Sorry,
bro. I said it sounded like I said like something else. Anyways, go ahead.
To be fair, Marco Bielsa got himself. He got himself sacked because he hasn't adapted the way he manages. He's got loads of problems. These big stars missing through injury. You know, he's not got the team he had, and he's still playing open, expansive football, man to man. And it's just basically the last 4 or 5 games, I think he's conceded over 20 goals. You know, he should have seen us come there and been like, we can get at these, we can cause these all sorts of problems because of the indifferent, performances we've been putting at. And we just walked through them like they weren't there. So, it was never, he's done good to get Leeds where they are. But, yeah, Leeds have done the right thing to be able to try and secure their Premier League standing in the, keep up in the Premier League. But yeah, it was a good performance, and it was just made easier by the opposition. So, Kulusevski, a good goal, 2 goals. Matt Doherty, oh my God, what happened there? I don't know what he's been doing. He should be tested for putting that kind of performance. But yeah, it was an okay performance. 4-0, and we'll go on to the next game.
Okay, just before we move on, I want to let everyone know the poll is completed. 76% say it's a penalty for Everton, 23% say no penalty. And that's over 73 people voting.
Can't believe I'm next.
Can I just cast
the next question? The next question is going to be about Bielsa and Big
Why
Sam.
am I next to this guy? Why?
Can I just cast your minds back to the first time I ever came on the show? And again, I want you to go back and find the footage. Do you guys remember what I said about Leeds?
What do you say?
I said Bielsa will get sacked, Leeds will get relegated, and Dan James will make his way back to Old Trafford. As of this moment, I'm 1 for 3 because they will get relegated, and then I'll be 2 for 3. And when Dan James signs back and gets that number 21, then I'll be 3 for 3, man. It's a lovely day, man.
Third part is not gonna.
No, but Dan James looks so bad. He was playing striker.
That's Bielsa's fault. That's Bielsa's fault.
1 second.
Have you seen Man United?
He was basically playing as if he was a striker against Spurs. He missed the open chance, and the guy didn't even look like he was upset. He's like,
so he would fit in. So he would fit in perfectly at United, is what you're saying,
bro? He was just missing sitters. It was crazy.
As I said, he would fit in perfectly at United. Missing sitters and looking like nothing happened is what we do over here at Old Trafford at the moment.
We're gonna talk about that later, but right now
I might have to go in a bit, man.
Should we just touch on Bielsa and just the Spurs game was a great performance by Spurs. Everyone here knows it's a routine win for them, and a majority of us predicted it. I don't think anyone predicted a Tottenham loss except for the Tottenham fan himself.
I didn't. I predicted
not you. Patrick was filling in, and he predicted a 2-1, and he even doubled down on the day of the game, and everyone laughed at him afterwards. But he's a nice guy.
I'll say this about Bielsa. I have no doubt Bielsa is a phenomenal manager. But at the same time, maybe I don't understand football the way some people do, but I don't understand what the hype is about.
You don't understand football. I
don't.
No, we got bigger questions.
I don't understand what the hype is about.
Bro, there's a bigger question.
Real quick, I get what he does. You know what I'm saying? He is very good at what he does. But why was there all this talk like he's something like you know exactly what I mean? The way he was portrayed to is good. I can't lie, I didn't know much about him in the Championship. I watched his team play a few times, but I can never say I knew who the guy was. But then when he came in the league, it was this talk about the man that got them back into the Premier League. He does this, he does that, and he never lived up to it. That first season, he caught everyone by surprise, and I think it was first season syndrome, because one Championship team that gets promoted has that syndrome every year where they go and overachieve. Going into that second season, bro, like I don't know what people expected, but this is what I expected. With the way he plays, the way he opens up, it was gonna happen sooner or later, where he was gonna get pumped 4 or 5 games in a row, and he was gonna see the sack.
Question to the panel: Jesse March or Sam Allardyce? Because that's not the question actually.
For a relegation battle, Sam
Allardyce. King Sam for relegation.
Who's man hour? What? Okay.
Man's aura.
Man's aura and style. He said man's aura and style.
Okay, so they've gone with Jesse March, who is basically Ted Lasso. Who, in my opinion, he has not managed in the Premier League. He's managed in the MLS, and he's also managed for Salzburg. It didn't work out in Salzburg, but I think it's very dangerous if he comes in. And a lot of people are saying give it to Sam Allardyce. I'm saying just give it to somebody who knows the English game over somebody who would come in and it would take him time to adjust. But before anybody else goes, just let Mojo jump in. Mojo, you there?
Yes, I'm here, bro.
Sam Allardyce or Jesse March? What do you think?
Bro, I don't like both. I'll be very honest with you. I don't want to be that guy, but generally, I don't like both. For me, and obviously, Jesse March has a lot more people kind of saying that he's good. But personally, for me, I haven't been familiar with his work too much. Sam Allardyce, bro, honestly, if I see him in the Premier League again, fucking hell, man, the Premier League needs to be taken to court as far as I'm concerned, bro. Any Premier League club, I don't care who you are. And I just want to comment on this whole Bielsa thing. And like, I get what AK is trying to say. Like, why is he being so hyped so much? And it's just the work he's done in the previous teams that he's been with in La Liga, in the French league, etc. And also back at his home country as well. And his team is always a high intensity team, and they press. They do a lot of groundwork on and they a lot of the times they don't have the same type of finances as other teams, but they give them a good game. This Leeds United team, as much as I want to cuss Bielsa and say the fact that he hasn't adapted is something that definitely should be held against him, because this is the Premier League at the end of the day. At some point, you've got to adapt. But these injuries were fucking bad, man. Like, this team has been hit by injury crisis this season way too much. So we shall see what happens to them. But generally speaking, I can't see Leeds staying up past this season. If they survive this season somehow, but like, I can't see them staying past this season, if I'm honest with you guys.
Yeah, Alan, go ahead. But just before you go, AK, Husam, where'd you guys go? My guys went for drinks at the same time.
No, sorry. Yeah, I literally went to grab a drink. I'm back.
I can't even remember what I was going to say before Mo jumped in, so it's good. Let's move on to the next point.
Okay, we can move on. Just before we move on, quick question to everybody: Sam Allardyce or Jesse March?
If you're doing a relegation battle, then Sam Allardyce is your man.
Yeah, I don't understand.
There is not many in English football who have saved teams from relegation more than he has. I don't think there is any. So if you're looking for a relegation manager, it is 100% him.
Yeah,
but some boards are just idiotic. I'll be real with you. Some boards are idiotic. It's the same with Everton. You don't get Lampard for a relegation battle. No. I hear you, but it's just the wrong time. At the start of the season, okay. But for a relegation battle, wrong manager to get in, bro.
I mean, look at Allardyce, man. Allardyce does it all the time, man. He's done it year in, year out.
Why did Leeds wait until after the January window to make a decision about the whole Bielsa situation? Surely, if you're gonna get rid,
he weren't until the last 5 or 6 results.
Yeah, if you look at the last 5 games, Mojo, they've been getting pumped 3-0, 4-0, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad. Yeah,
this is actually
it's
a worse
man.
decision. this is a worse decision than it looks, because Leeds have a few winnable games coming up. Maybe if they kept Bielsa, they would have been safe, because Brentford are in free fall as well. You have Norwich, you have Everton,
I
you
told you
have
about
Burnley. God willing, Burnley go down. So like this whole situation now is peak. This whole situation is peak.
Hassan, by the way,
Burnley are staying
ever
up.
since I jumped on this Burnley out train, they've just been winning, bro. Now I feel even more. I feel worse, bro.
They
Yeah,
haven't
damn
won,
you,
they've
AK.
drawn.
Big up Chelsea fan. Just before we move on the Bielsa train, we're going to be talking about Manchester United next, and you guys know I bring my pie charts and everything. So at the moment, 75% have voted for Jesse March. Continue to vote in the poll. Let us know Jesse March or Sam Allardyce. Currently 24 votes. It's starting to go Sam Allardyce. Literally, Sam Allardyce is taking the lead. What the hell is going on? Anyways,
As soon as you announced it, fuck, man.
okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on quickly. We're gonna talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and everything else, but I wanted to show you guys the image of Manchester United state right now, and this is just the perfect definition of what's going on. There's a lot of frustration, a lot of people getting on to Bruno and Ronaldo, and I felt like this image perfectly capulated everything that's going on in Manchester United right now. So yeah, AK.
All that build up for that picture.
Why, bro?
AK, floor
What's
is
the
yours.
point?
Chat to me. AK, floor is yours, bro.
I got nothing much to say, man. The man them heard what I said after the game. I think that was a. I'll be real. That was a good
Certain men them
performance.
know the truth. And
That was a good performance by United. I think we were just unlucky on the day.
AK,
The
this is
ball-
not Twitter Spaces, akhi. This is
I'm-
YouTube. Don't lie.
I'm being 100% serious when I say this. Sam, if you want to talk about this later on, we can talk about it. But my official stance, according to my lawyers, is that United had a good performance. I think we played very well in comparison to how we've been playing. I was pleasantly surprised to see us, even though it was against a very bad Watford team. But the ability to not put the ball in the back of the net was actually shocking, man. How many more chances do you need to put the ball in the back of the net? You had headers, you had free kicks, you had fucking open goals, you had 101s, you had fucking crosses, you had not like we can really cross, but you had corners, you had any and every opportunity that you could ask for in a football game at your feet, and you struggled to put one past that fucking bomb that they had in goal for them. And since we're talking about United, it's only right that I share this with you guys, because I only found this out after the game. Did you guys know that Watford had more players that had won the Premier League with Manchester United on the pitch than Manchester United Football Club did?
Really?
Did you guys know?
Cleverly?
Ben
Foster and Cleverly.
Foster won 2 Premier Leagues with Man United, and Cleverly won 1. On that Manchester United football pitch, there was Cristiano Ronaldo and there was fucking David De Gea, bro. And it shocks me how it honestly, it actually shocks me how bad we've become. But at the same time, I'm pleasantly surprised the fact that we played good football to a certain extent. If we can now turn this and turn it into goals, considering our next match is Manchester City, which is a very winnable game for United. It's a very winnable game. I don't care what anyone says, but Derby Day is always a winnable game. Considering it's City,
winning,
and then after that we have Tottenham and then Liverpool. I think the month of March could be a very good month, man. A very, very good month.
Just before
now,
we
talk on
do
the
the
Liverpool
whole
game, honestly.
just
What do you say
before
about the
we do the
Liverpool
whole-
game, AK?
1 second, just before we do the whole Ronaldo thing and
This
everything
guy's
else,
fucking
I'm just gonna show
lying,
you guys
bro.
the pie chart. On the right
I knew this was coming.
is the potential
I
of
knew it.
winning the league, and on the left is the potential of getting top 4. As you can see, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City pretty much 90 percentile chance of getting top 4. And at this moment in time, Arsenal are at a 61% chance of getting top 4, where Tottenham and Manchester United are currently at. And it's crazy. Tottenham actually have a better chance also than Manchester United still. Chat to me, guys. What do you think about this?
Just a question. And you know the 93.8, like next to the Man City? No, it doesn't work, man. I tried. And 93.8, where it says on Man City, is that the points expected for them? Like as in 94 points by the end of the season?
Yeah.
Expected points, yeah.
That's weird. Like, why is Man United 79.3 and then Tottenham is 78? I'm confused.
Because at this point, Tottenham have played less games, and they can only expect it based on the games that they've played. And also, Manchester United currently have more points. So That's how they're doing it.
So
They're
so
stacking up.
according to your graph, Manchester United's expected points is better than Tottenham's expected points at the season, but Tottenham have a higher percentage of getting top 4 than Manchester United.
Yes, because they
Yeah.
have more games in hand and they can change their form.
And they don't have a dickhead man.
So for me, I want to ask Igal's thought on this. Obviously, you brought this chart, you're 61% and all that.
I don't think that's expected
I want
points, by the
Igal-
way. I think Igal has got it wrong.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
want
something
Igal
else.
full stream. Igal, tell us your favourites. Everything's going in your direction. You've got the thing like that. Put yourself full screen. Say it with chest. Are you getting top 4?
Please.
Arsenal are getting top 4. We are currently favorites, and we will be.
Say it with chest.
We will
No,
continue
say it
With
with
chest.
energy.
With energy.
Say it
No,
with
I am
energy.
saying it. I
Well,
am
one
saying
second, one
it.
second, one
Say it with
Arsenal
energy. Don't
Football
say it
Club.
like.
Everyone,
Say it.
be quiet.
I
Igal,
guarantee.
Igal, stay full
No,
screen.
no,
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 go
no,
back to
no,
full
no,
screen.
no, no, guys,
Like when
guys,
you go
guys,
to
back
the
to full
terrace and
screen.
bang your chest. Come on.
Igal, go back to full
guys, he's
screen.
not getting away with this. Say it
No,
with
one
chest.
second, Igal.
Listen.
Hassan, 1 second. Igal, I want you to give me, I want you just think of the energy that you were giving on the terrace today to Chelsea fans. I want you to puff out your chest and say it the same way you said it then, bro. Go on.
Yes, with
Listen,
energy.
My energy right now is different because I'm a lot calmer. But let me just say this. I'll say it to you very clearly. We have better unity in our team at this moment in time. We currently have games in hand, even though I don't like that. We currently have a defense that I can rely upon, unlike Tottenham and Manchester United. We currently have obviously the youngsters have been performing at a high level, and we have a team overall that's been performing at a high level. But when you see the last minute winner, we have a club and a fan base that is unified. In a long time, I have not seen the Emirates like the way I seen it against Wolves. And if we can keep this going, and if we can keep the energy going, at this moment in time, everyone is backing the team, everyone's backing the manager, everyone's backing the players, and we all have one goal this season, and that is to get back into the Champions League, get into back into the
But
Champions
are
League,
you getting it is the
main
question, not
competition.
what the
And
plan
what
is.
we are going to do at this end of this season is we are going to get it. We don't need to beat Manchester United. We don't need to beat Tottenham to win it. We don't even need to beat Chelsea and all these guys. All we need to do is continue to pick up points against the smaller teams and keep it rolling. And eventually we'll get top 4. And at this moment in time, I genuinely do believe we will get top 4. We currently are favorites to get top 4. And mathematically we are favorites. When you look at the performances on the pitch, we're on the favorites. And if you look at our recent form, out of our last 9 games, we have 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. And that 1 loss is a game against Man City where we could have easily won it on another day. So at this moment in time, I feel like we are favorites. Anybody who says Arsenal are currently not in the driving seat are lying to themselves. Even if we lose to Manchester United, and we say we win all our games, us and Manchester United, and we lose that, and they lose that game, we still will be. No, forget it. Let me repeat what Mark Goldbridge said. Mark Goldbridge was shaking in his boot when he said this. He said, even if we beat Watford and you guys get a draw against Man City, we will be equal on points with 3 games in hand, and you guys will be also you guys will basically be behind us because we have a better goal difference. So at this moment in time, with everything factoring in, I genuinely believe we're going to get top 4. I genuinely believe we're going to get it, and I genuinely believe anybody here who's trying to clip this up, clip it up. I guarantee you this will not come back to bite me. Guarantee you.
All right,
Okay.
before we carry on, guys, and we have 153 people, 153 people currently watching, and we're on 89 likes. Let's get this to at least 100, guys, and then we can carry on this business as usual. Otherwise, I'm going to have to ask Don Hussam to be put on full screen, and he's going to tell you exactly how it is, man.
Yeah,
Let's
you
do
guys
this.
don't want me full screen. I'll be honest.
Okay, guys, you know what time it
Scary
is.
sign.
Before we come back, let's come
Excuse
back.
me?
We're talking about Manchester
Put your
United.
hoodie
Yes,
down, I
Igal?
dare you.
We're talking about Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo does not get off the hook. Bruno Fernandes does not get off the hook. Some of these guys do not get off the hook. So we have to talk about it. First things first, your GOAT has fell off. He has fell off. He's no longer the man that he used to be. He's currently Michael Jordan from the Bulls. He's no longer he used to be Michael Jordan from the Bulls. He's now currently Michael Jordan on the Wizards. And that's just the reality of the situation. Bruno Fernandes, a lot of people are starting to open their eyes. Even myself, the statistics have fooled me into thinking that this guy was on the same level as the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. When you face low blocks, and he's depended on to break down games. At times he can't do it. And if he doesn't score the goals, he's not impacting the 90 minutes. It's you actually, at this moment in time, this sounds crazy, but you actually don't need a style of Bruno in your team. You need a player who's more decisive in breaking the lines than someone who's actually going to get the goal himself. And you don't have that in Bruno Fernandes. And this is why.
Igal, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
In that Watford game, how many clear-cut chances?
A lot of chances.
How many clear-cut chances did Bruno create?
He created chances. You guys were not clinical.
Okay, and yet that's still his fault.
No. I'm saying this is a part of the issues going on overall. It's not just.
Also, we're talking about the overall issues, not the actual game.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just to clarify.
Okay. Now, is there any talking points that you had on this game specifically, guys? Because my whole thing about this game was Watford had Manchester United frustrated at home against a team that just got recently promoted. And if you guys don't know, Ben Foster, who used to be one of their goalkeepers, literally kept a clean sheet at Old Trafford.
Can I just quickly say something?
I'm
I'm going to take a leaf out of
Cristiano
AK's
Ronaldo.
book here. My lawyer has asked me not to comment because the last time I commented with Chest about Spurs getting top 4, it blew back horribly in my face. We have Man United in a couple of weeks' time, so I prefer not to speak because it will blow back spectacularly in my face.
Hey, can
So,
you guys acknowledge something
congratulations.
though? I've had 100 success rate almost at this point over the past couple of weeks. So can we please stop talking like
you're gonna have to list it. I don't believe you had 100 success.
Where's the 100%
Okay,
success?
let
let's hear
me name some of these things. First, the Thomas Tuchel Klopp stuff. People getting gassed about it. I shut it down immediately. And now that they lost there's people still talking shit. Also, the defense, Arsenal's defense. I spoke about it from the beginning of the season, and people are now starting to open their eyes about the defense. I spoke about the fact that other teams are strong to drop points, and us playing one game a week would benefit us to the point where we'd be in a top 4 race. And now we are in a top 4 race, right? Also, I've changed my opinion on Arteta, and a lot of people are now also changing their opinions on Arteta to the point where they're back in the team and they're saying, you know what, forget about this whole thing. And now the most important thing of all, when after our first couple games, when I seen Ramsdale, I was like, wow. And a lot of people, it took them a couple games, but it literally took me like 2 games. I watched them live, and then I watched the second game, and I'm like, yo, this guy's the man. And it took people how many games? So this is just some of the things, but I could get into more if you want me to get into
Okay, can we talk about the stinky? Can we talk about the stinky red?
In order to have 100% success rate, Gal, you can't just mention the ones that you got right and not mention all the shit that you got wrong along the way. That's not how 100% success rate works.
Let's talk about
exactly.
Let's talk about the shock you had with the Club World Cup.
I got more right than wrong.
Let's talk about the shock you had with the Club World Cup.
I still doubt that.
Hey, I'm shooting good from the free throw line right now. I'll tell you that. Anyways, let's continue.
Look, here's the thing, AK. The thing is now with the United Watford thing, it's not even a shock anymore that United don't get the result.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, like, you know, everyone knows, like, we do spaces post game and stuff. Like, we weren't even really bad thing United like that, because it was just like, you just expect this now. Like, it's actually like, I had to ask AK if he's okay after the game, because that was just like, that must have been just so depressing. Because like, how do you dominate a 19th placed Watford at home? He's stressed right now because I know he's vaping when he's. But anyway, how do you dominate? How do you dominate? Shut your ass up. How do you dominate 19th placed Watford at home and still don't score goals? Like, it must be so painful as well watching the one man that's won you so much, given you your entire childhood, now just look like dog shit. And honestly speaking, I saw that clip against Atletico where Ronaldo was in the correct position for about 4 crosses. They just kept hitting Atletico players. Ronaldo missed one real opportunity. There's one real opportunity, first half, where it hit the post. That's the only real opportunity he missed. Besides that, they're all half chances. Why? Because United actually don't play football. People need to clock this. United do not play football. United play hero ball. That's the sport that they play. Because every player wants to be the hero by themselves. Bruno, 35-yard shot. This guy cross hits no one. Like, Marcus Rashford, honestly speaking, this guy like is fully done at this level. He is done at Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs level. He now has to go Crystal Palace. He has to go Aston Villa.
Yeah.
He has to go maybe Hull City in the Championship. That's where he goes. He's no longer a
Can
Premier
you take
League
Maguire with him as well?
Big 6 player. He isn't. There was a moment in that game, and that just shows you how idiotic of a player Marcus Rashford is. Manchester United are drawing 0-0 at Watford. Jadon Sancho, who has been one of United's best players, I'm not a GA merchant, by the way, he's been one of United's best players, passes it into the feet of Rashford. Rashford is making the run, and he literally just lets it go. Doesn't even attempt a shot. Doesn't even
The
try.
ball was in front of Hussam. He had an open shot on goal, and he let the ball run. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka,
why are you letting him
Aaron
run?
Wan-Bissaka could come onto it, bro. Like, are you stupid? Are you fucking retarded? Do you not have 3 brain cells that fucking work, bro? Listen,
Goddamn.
you lot are gonna make me. You see this Marcus Rashford guy? I've defended him a lot, yeah. I've defended him a lot, but what he's doing at the moment is fucking unacceptable, bro. The guy, we've always known that he's had a small brain. Like, we've always known his decision making was poor. But what he's been doing since he came back from the injury, they probably did a surgery or not on his shoulder, bro. They must have tapped his brain somehow, because what he does on that pitch is fucking ridiculous.
Microchip.
And the ones talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm going to say, and Sam, I said it on the space, and I'm going to say it again. Me as AK, I don't care. This is my simple stance on it. I don't care. That moment when Cristiano Ronaldo stepped onto Old Trafford against Newcastle and bagged at the Stretford end, my life was complete. My footballing life was complete. I don't care what anyone says. I would not give up that moment. If you were to tell me, AK, do you want to restart the season without Ronaldo? I would say absolutely not, bro. Because that moment there alone, if you've ever had a player at your football club at that level, and who's one of the best players to ever live, I don't care, bro. The moment that happens, the goosebumps you get from it, that feeling, nothing in the planet can buy that. And you can call me a fucking nostalgia merchant. You can call me whatever you want. I still don't care. I was more than pleasant, more than happy with that. And how the season's gone, it's gone. Bro, Ronaldo didn't make us not win anything. We're not winning anything because we're fucking shit. And that's the honest truth of it. Is people could sit here and try and blame whoever. There is 900 issues at Man United. And Ronaldo may be one of them issues. 100% he's leaving after this year.
He's leaving in the summer, we know.
Which is why I said, again, it was absolutely
Where the fuck will he go, though?
To have that moment, it was
I think he's got to retire. I think he's got to retire.
He can't come to the MLS.
I think he'll retire. Basically, what it is that
stop it.
So Ronaldo came to the Premier League, and when Ronaldo came back to the Premier League for Man United, right, he started really well in the league. He started getting goals, and obviously he pretty much carried them into the knockout stages of the Champions League. And just as the season's gone on, because it's a hectic, as the season's gone on, it's got a bit more hectic because it's a fast-paced league and tough and everything like that. It's showing in his age now that he can't keep up at this level in the Premier League. He needs to go and do what the other supposed GOAT done and went to a Farmers League and struggled in that instead.
Struggled yesterday. He had like 3 assists.
Listen, there's absolutely nothing with the decline of Cristiano. There's nothing wrong, with the decline of Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's nothing wrong. I'm asking a genuine question.
I'm saying age waits for no man, innit? I know what Cristiano Ronaldo is. I know what he's done in his career. I'm asking, where does he go? And what I'm telling you, Hussam, is this downfall was going to happen sooner or later. We expected it to happen 4 or 5 years ago. It started to happen now. Ronaldo still, but you have to understand this, even if it's not as a player, Cristiano Ronaldo...
so emotionally hasn't answered the question.
Can you hear me not speaking and answering the question? I was about to say...
No, you didn't even hear the question.
You said, what team would he go to? Hussam, I heard it. Can I answer the question?
Yes, go on.
What I said was, as a footballer, he might be on the decline. But what you're forgetting is Cristiano Ronaldo as a brand is still one of the biggest thing, if not the biggest thing in football. So clubs out there, especially big clubs, I cannot name you specific football clubs, whether it's going back to Sporting, whether it's PSG, whether it's this, whether it's that club, whoever it is, the Cristiano Ronaldo as a brand is still very, very good to clubs, and they will take him just to boost their own, whether it's their profits, whether it's whatever.
If he still wants to continue playing and the team comes in, he'll go.
No, not Qatar yet, man. I think he'll go to Qatar in his 40s. That's what I predict personally.
Okay.
I don't know,
because
man.
Obviously, there's complications. There's complications with him going to the other side. So I think instead of going that way, I think he'll go the Qatar route, and I'll say close to his 40s, if not in his 40s, he'll go rack up a bag.
At the end of the season, he could just go try secure the bag somewhere. China, Qatar, UAE, Saudi, somewhere like that.
100%. And I would still support him all the way through, man. Big up to Ronaldo. United
You're
fans
gonna try finding Al Hilal streams now?
United fans are spoiled son of a bitches, bro. That's the truth. They asked for the greatest, they got the greatest, and now they can't understand that there's too much wrong. There's too much wrong at this football club to have someone of that level or someone like that play for you, bro. So we made a mistake. We'll own up to it. We'll take the L this season, but it's not Ronaldo's fault, and the Champions League is still there. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the realistic option realistic option is for him to go back to Sporting Lisbon for a year. I'll be real. That's probably
So he to do the whole circle, yeah.
Yo, guys,
Sporting Lisbon for a year, and then the year after that, he's 100% either going Middle East or China.
Can he take Bruno with him as well?
Yo, you know who
I
the
don't think
only
that's
person
possible,
who, you know who
Two
the
on
only
one, two
person
per
who
one.
predicted the draw was Hussam. Hussam predicted the draw.
Yeah, he predicted a 1-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
guess what? I'm taking AK's point as well, taking his lunch
I
money.
didn't
so-
get a point, bro.
Oh,
Sorry,
yo,
that's
guys, you
all
want to
it
know what else is crazy? This is the first time ever. Every single person on the show predicted 2-0 Southampton. And it was 2-0 Southampton.
So basically, we all got 0 points. It's useless.
We all
for the
got
team.
3 points.
3.
Fucking hell.
It's useless for the table.
I got 6.
Okay.
This is what happens when you bet on Lukaku.
This is what I'm gonna do. This
Hey
is the speed
Mojo, what
round.
going for your guy, man? Wallahi billah, this is jarring.
Bro, talk to the ref, man, and VAR, man.
Bro,
Good
no,
enough,
no,
man.
don't talk to
No,
him.
no.
Mojo himself told you
When
don't
I
bet on
saw
Lukaku.
that
Bro,
line, you see when they replayed the camera and I saw where he was standing and where Van Dijk was. Wallahi billah, I let out the biggest scream and I was like, hey, bro, go check the football's group
Yo,
chat.
guys.
I typed the whole 7 messages in a row where I was like, yes.
Yo, guys. A quick question: how do I do the Chelsea Liverpool game? Do I just take it out because none of us got the actual score right?
Yeah, so it's
Bro,
irrelevant. It don't make a difference.
It's literally, there was
0,
never a
0
point.
to
Yeah,
everyone.
it's 0 for everyone. It
Yeah.
don't make a difference.
No, it's just it was a big talking point, so it was good to do.
Unless someone predicted 11-10, I don't think.
Guess what? Mojo predicted 1-0 Chelsea, and everyone else.
No, but you can
predicted
give the
like
rest of us the
2-0,
points, though. 1
Everyone
point
else
for
predicted
predicting
like
Liverpool
2-0,
win.
3-0. So yeah.
No,
Yeah, 1 point for
hold on. I predicted a draw.
Bro,
I predicted a draw.
Guys,
And it was a draw. Listen, no prediction.
let's stop, guys. What? This is not even part of the Premier League. What the fuck are we doing?
No points, you guys.
Okay,
You said
No, who invited you?
So guys,
What's
stop for a
wrong with you
second.
lot?
Stop for a second. Quick talking points. Tell me if you want to move or you want to talk about this game, okay? And one person or 2 people talk about it quickly. Brentford,
wanna go to
Newcastle.
bed.
Do you guys want to talk
No,
about
thanks.
Well done, Newcastle.
Oh,
Let's
just to
carry on.
shout out, congratulations, Eriksen, and coming back and playing.
100%.
First
Oh
game
yeah,
back
that
and
too.
stuff like
There you
that.
go.
So
Yeah,
Eriksen's
That's
return? Joe Willock got a big goal for him, and
This guy makes it about
very good
Arsenal.
for him, but
I
yeah,
don't-
Fucking hell. Move on, man. You sold him.
Brighton,
You sold
Aston
them, move
Villa.
on.
1 second. Everyone got Newcastle win by the point, a point for a Newcastle win. For some reason, every single one of us went for a 2-1 victory. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
What the hell?
Brentford's
Did
fault.
everyone copy each other today? Like, what the hell? Anyways, Aston Villa, Brighton. I think Aston Villa won.
1-0, wasn't it?
Hussein got
1-0.
that right, and that's it. No one else got it right. So talk to me. No, Brighton won, right?
No,
Excuse me?
No,
Aston
Brighton
Villa
lost
won.
1-0.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Aston Villa
Aston
won.
Villa won,
It
and
was
Hussam
2-0 or
predicted
was
it.
it 1-0?
Isn't
2-0.
that, isn't that like
2-0.
Oh, was it
several?
2? Okay,
The
never mind.
only talking point in this game is Ollie Watkins hasn't scored for like 4 or 5 games, so he.
The only talking point is Igal. Steven Gerrard is the best English manager in this whole league. That's the talking point. Steven Gerrard now, since coming to Villa, has already schooled Graham Potter twice. I'll be real. You know what it is? Whenever Steven Gerrard is just walking, Many Men by 50 Cent is playing in my head. It's mad. The aura.
What an Aston Villa fan you've become.
Alan,
Can I ask? Hussam, what was playing in your head when he slept? When he slept, what was playing in your mind? I just want to know.
Mojo, just because Pat Frank has no aura doesn't mean I won't be talking about the aura of my guy. You get me? When Steven, guys, Igal said one guy gonna talk on the game. Can I talk on my Villa boys? Anyway.
Oh,
Anyway, shut your ass up,
Make it
Alan.
quick, make it
Anyway, what I'm saying is this, okay? Alan, imagine Harry Kane wins you the Champions League and comes back 10 years later as Leicester's manager. You're gonna want Leicester to do well.
I couldn't care fucking less about
You're
Leicester.
a liar,
Simple as.
you're a liar.
Nope,
Oh.
simple as. I don't care.
Listen, when you win that trophy, you'll understand. Anyway, Aston Villa are slowly but surely moving towards the top 10. And every time Steven Gerrard is walking on the football pitch, the aura that man has is unbelievable. 50 Cent is playing in the background when he's walking. Either Pimp or 50 or Many Men, you get me? 21 Questions maybe. But like so many different type of situations. Like this man just walks with mystique. Can you imagine being like working under Gerrard as a player? Can you imagine? Unbelievable. AK, if you say anything. So it's just unbelievable, bro. And listen, Villa are continuing to win. And I think You see how I make crazy predictions? This is the
Hey,
time.
Mojo.
I make enough.
Mojo. Yo, Mojo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're absolutely correct, bro. They have to celebrate the way he walks because usually he's slipping when he's walking, bro.
I know exactly.
Anyway, so as I was saying, last game of the season, Manchester City take on Aston Villa at home. Steven Gerrard, as you
stop
guys know.
it, man.
He's setting
Wallahi.
himself up.
Can
Let-
you
let-
shut your
no,
ass
no.
up? Can I
You
make
got,
my
you got
prediction?
full screen him.
Full
Full
screen.
screen him,
Thank
guy.
you.
I need
Yeah,
this
okay.
clip.
I'm
I
with
need
you.
See when I
this
make
clip.
it, no, don't full screen me. Don't
No.
If you're gonna say it, say it with
Chest.
chest.
With your
Take it
chest.
back. Take it
With
back.
your
Take it
chest.
back.
With
Okay,
your chest,
I
bro.
said
Full
that.
screen.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
No, full
All right,
screen.
go half screen. Half screen. Go half screen.
Can I speak, you bozos? Let me speak. Anyway, so as I
Yeah,
was
go on.
saying, you see, they always call me a madman. When I said Spurs would beat City, they all laughed at me. Let me tell you, I believe in
laughing now.
football. Okay, let me speak, man. I
Go on,
believe
sorry,
in football.
trying to give you ad-libs,
Football.
bro.
خلاص, put me off. I'm not gonna make this prediction. Fuck this guy.
Go on, Hassam. Sorry, I'll mute myself. Sorry, brother. Go on.
Yeah.
Put me back.
Let's go one more
Put me
time.
back. Anyway, as I was saying, I believe. Okay, are we going full screen or not? Akhi? What is this
Yeah.
direction we're heading in?
Big
Where are
screen.
we going? Anyway,
Oh, go ahead.
let me
Can
just.
you half screen him because I need this clip, brother, man. What go for you?
Fucking hell. You guys keep messing the guy up. Just let
There
him
you go,
speak.
Hassam. Sorry,
Okay.
go on.
Go ahead.
Okay, as I was
I'm gonna
saying,
mute
clearly,
everyone.
listen, to everyone watching right now, please make sure you like and subscribe. Clearly, we have director issues and a couple dickheads on the panel, but Anyway, as I was saying, final game of the season, Manchester City against Aston Villa. Aston Villa will pull up to the Etihad. We all know, you get me, based on history, what happened with Stevie G and Liverpool never won the league and stuff. Steven Gerrard is going to be the reason Liverpool win the league, even though he isn't a Liverpool player or manager. He's going to win us the league by beating Manchester City with Aston Villa. The crazy man is saying it again. Remember, you laughed when the crazy man said Spurs are going to beat Man City. You laughed. Now, come last match day, when Aston Villa beat Man City 2-1 in their own backyard, you won't be laughing. I'll be lifting the Premier League title. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, move on to next game.
If you would like to, if you know any fucking, what's it called, the psychologist or whatever they're called, the people that sit down and speak to people, Hassam is going to need one of them at the end of the season when he realizes that it won't reach that far for Villa to make to do any damage, Hassam. But if it does and you get it right, Hassam, if it does,
it's always the hopeless hating on the hopeful.
and Hassam, if it does, and
you were
get it
supposed to be
right,
in my position.
Hassam, if it does happen and you get it right, I promise you.
Now you're
and
sat here drawing for
I
YouTube.
swear to you, I will come on Igal's channel.
Hi guys, this is Ben
on
Foster.
the last, Hassam, listen, I will come on Igal's channel.
The cycling GK.
I was about to give Igal some content, but surely he doesn't want it, so we'll just
See how
save
it
it for
feels,
Hassam's
Zaki?
channel.
Next time, don't
Save it
interrupt.
for
Ya
Hassam's channel.
Hawan. See how it feels, ya kalb, don't interrupt.
Okay, guys.
We'll save it for Hassam's channel because what I was about to say was
Anybody want to speak about the fact that Burnley's out of the
like
relegation zone now?
Nope. That's
Igal said, "Fuck AK."
Yeah,
I didn't.
keep speaking, Igal. Second show in a row, Igal. Just keep carry on.
Bro, AK, what are you talking about, bro? I said one sentence. Calm down. You've been chatting so much over this.
He was about to give you something. He was about to give something for your channel. Never mind.
Have you lot ever seen someone beg someone to give them content for their channel ever in your lives? I was about to say, if Sam's prediction is correct, and it is because of Villa that Liverpool win that title on the last day of the season, I will come on our last show of the season. I will bring my hair clippers with me, and I will shave my head bald right in the middle of the screen.
Oh my word.
Screen. Do you understand? On full screen right here in the middle, I will go zoom, zoom, zoom. 3 lines right there. I promise you.
Oh, what the?
It's not going to
So
happen.
basically, if Steven Gerrard helps them win the league by beating Man City on the final day of the season.
If it's, again, it's not if he beats them. If it is because if they need to rely on a result from Villa and Villa gets that result on the final day and Liverpool go on to win the title, I will sit here with my clippers. We'll have some 50 Cent playing in the back and we'll go zoom, 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 bro.
Okay. Talk about my.
That's
That's
not
nice.
happening. It's not
Zoom,
happening.
zoom. I hear you. All right, guys. Just before we wrap up, there's a couple more games that we
Why the
need to
fuck did I
ask
do
you.
that?
Okay, so
too
So,
late.
All right, let's go.
so do you guys
You
want to
didn't
pass?
learn from Lukaku.
One second. Do you want to pass or on the Burnley possibly getting out of relegation?
What the fuck?
No,
Get
fuck
them.
them. They're gonna get
Fuck them, man.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it moving. We've already skipped Southampton, Norwich, Brentford, Newcastle. We already spoke about. We spoke about Watford. Wolves lost to West Ham, and West Ham got a 1-0, escaped in the final minute.
Well done, West Ham. Carry on.
Okay,
West
man,
Ham,
Yeah.
just 20 seconds. West Ham just don't get enough of these results. If West Ham beat everyone who's 10th and lower, they would be in top 4 easy now, but they
Yep.
don't. They fuck up against Newcastle, they fuck up against Leeds, they'll fuck up against Norwich or Watford or someone like that. And then they'll come up and they'll beat Chelsea and be like, ooh, everyone respect West Ham. Why don't you beat the teams you're expected to beat?
Not Chelsea,
There you go.
Liverpool.
Fair enough.
I'll just give you guys a quick talking point about the West Ham. It was. I know no one probably cares, but Souček scored the winner on his birthday, and I just thought that was funny.
It was his
Good.
birthday. Congratulations to him. Who cares?
Good for him. Good for him.
They're going to
Okay.
finish above United.
Okay, what about our West
By
Ham?
the way,
top
for
four?
those saying that I'm bald, I'm not bald. I do have hair.
Our West
I don't have a
Ham.
haircut.
Our
Bro, I
West
told
Ham
you
top
your hair
four
was
threats.
calm.
Our
You
West
just-
Ham. Our West Ham top 4 threats, because on the pie chart
No,
it doesn't say
no.
they are. If you guys remember this,
They're
it doesn't
far
say
too
they-
inconsistent, man.
How
Bro,
could I
fuck your
forget you,
graph,
God?
mate.
How could I
Fuck the
forget you,
graph.
God?
They're nowhere near.
The Man
Where
City,
are
you
they?
Fuck the
remember
graph,
this,
bro.
you know?
Why are they not in the
Fuck
list?
the graph, bro.
Oh,
They
Bro, get that
down
shit
there.
out of here. Fuck the graph.
How are they down here? They have the same.
It's
points.
because they've played more games, haven't they? That's
Yeah.
because
they
they've-
played 27 games or something like that.
Yeah.
I hear you, but top 4 race is United Arsenal. That's it, really.
Okay, and just to finish it off, just to let you guys know, the final poll, 60% have said Jesse March. They've said forget about Sam Allardyce.
well done,
Wallahi,
viewers.
it's
Flip
Well,
it
then
out.
to that 60%, you're getting Leeds relegated.
Wallahi, it's normal.
Okay,
Hey,
Sorry, carry
there
on.
you go.
It's time your hair reveal. It's
We
time your
keep
hair
it
reveal.
moving. Yo, guys, how do you feel about these kind of comments? Because these guys just keep adding these comments. We love it. We don't
I-
care. What do you
What's that?
what are you
Hey.
talking about?
You're
I
still
don't know.
First
watching.
of all, there are 5 people on the panel anyway, so you can hold that.
it is what it is,
At the end
man.
of the day, they can put those comments all they like. They're still watching. I don't care.
There you go.
It's as simple as
There you
that.
go.
Do
Thank
it,
you for the
AJ.
view. Make sure you liked on your way out, my brother. Thank you very much, bro.
There you
Appreciate
go.
it, man.
There you go. Anyways, guys, have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys soon. Very, very soon.
No, where's the outro? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I know. I have
I hope you got a new video and it's
Ruined
not
it.
the same one.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
a
not
new
the
one.
same one.
If it's the same one, don't play it.
it.
Oh, so move, man.
Oh.
End the stream.
For goodness
You
sake.
one
This
job
guy,
ago.
bro.
One
He's
job.
job.
lacking on his own
End the
channel,
stream,
man.
man. End the stream. Boo.
You guys really can do this.
Boo.
End the stream, man.
Boo.
Your
I'm gonna
only
throw
job was
tomatoes.
your only job was to get a new video every week.
One
Yeah.
job.
All
One
that
job.
energy for Chelsea today, and you couldn't even get the downloaded.
Wallahi, I actually had no energy for Chelsea
Just-
besides on my
wow.
Twitter. What are you chatting
You
about?
couldn't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
get the
yeah.
video for guy dancing properly.
Oh my god, you guys want a new video? I'll
Don't
get a
look
new
for it now.
video
We don't.
right
Nah, you're
Nah,
looking.
yeah,
for it.
nah,
no,
nah.
no, just
Nah.
Nah, nah, we
It
don't
is
want to
what
say.
it
I'm
is,
gone.
man.
I'm gone. Take care, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
God bless, God bless. Take care.
See you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
And end the stream. End the stream again. End the stream.
Oh
Oh,
my
Gal, this is painful industry.